going against the grain, I will. I just recently remodded my GMY, but that's okay. Welcome, Battalion. It is time again. I've got RamBam with me for one more video to do GMY. I originally did a video on this way back when with the wolf and with all the game changes. He hasn't changed all that much, but I'm going to go into some particular things. And one of the funny things I did in the past, and I'm going to admit it right now, I put a potency primary with a tenacity mod because I like tenacity on this guy, and I like potency to remove the turn meter. But I just found that I've got a couple of good mods just sitting around, as you guys see right here. And I added these health mods to make him pretty fast. I don't even think you need him fast. And we'll go into that argument probably when we get into this as well. But let's go ahead and start on the kit. Thanks for joining me, RamBam.
Absolutely.
Basic. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict potency down for one turn. If that enemy has 50% or more health, Yoda gains 40% turn meter and foresight for 2 turns. If that enemy has less than 50% health, Yoda gains offense up and defense penetration for 2 turns. This is a lot going on for a basic. A lot. And this can come in clutch in a lot of particular places. We tend to want to hit that second one, obviously, because you get the extra turn. And then we go, okay, do I do basic? Do I do the third? Do I basic or third? So looking at all this, guys, it's a lot to remember. So, but you really can't go wrong with GMY. What do you want to touch on this, Ram?
No, I mean, this guy... And the basic obviously shows that this guy is built around turn meter gain. This guy is just, he's going to put out a lot of damage, but he's going to take so many turns. And it really kind of hammers in the point that Grandmaster Yoda, as we saw in Clone Wars and Attack of the Clones, this guy is zipping all over the place, just everywhere. And you can't catch up to him because he's he's constantly taking turns with that Master Stroke, with the Taru. He's all over the place. So, and then it makes it really hard to hit him with the foresight going around. Makes it really hard to hit him. So, again, hammers home the point that he's a small in stature, but judge you by his size, you do not.
That's right. Deal special damage to all enemies. Then for each buff an enemy has, Grandmaster Yoda gains the effect for 3 turns. Unique status effects cannot be copied. Grandmaster Yoda takes a bonus turn as long as there is one other living Jedi ally. So basically, you're going to use this one every time it comes up for the most part, so you can get 2 turns in one. Again, why I'm going to argue that GMY does not have to be fast. Jedi turn meter gains, his kit turn meter gains. He does not. This guy, I've had him for 220 for ages. I literally just took him to 270 5 minutes ago because I had the mods to be able to afford it now. Unstoppable force deals special damage to target enemy and remove 70% turn meter if that enemy had less than 100% health. It also will be stunned for 1 turn if you've got some potency on this guy. One of the reasons why I do like any excess potency you can get on him, guys, because of the turn meter removal and because of the stun. And obviously there is also that window that the enemy has to have less than 100% health or that will not count. What are his Zetas, Ram? They are Battle Meditation and Grandmaster's Guidance. Yep. So we've got Battle Meditation. Yoda gains tenacity up, protection up 30%, and foresight for 2 turns, which Ram referenced a minute ago. Then grants each ally every non-unique buff he has, excluding stealth and taunt, for 2 turns. Yoda grants himself plus 35% turn meter again, and an additional plus 10% turn meter for each other living Jedi ally. So that's a lot of turn meter. That's why he's going back to back.
Right, it's potentially up to 75% turn meter. Obviously, the 35% turn meter, and then you add 4 other Jedi is 40%. So potentially up to 75% turn meter gain from just doing battle meditation, along with sharing all the buffs that he just stole. So if your enemy had speed up, that's an additional 25% speed gain to your team that he's going to pass around to everybody. Crit hit immunity, any kind of non-unique buff that he can steal. This guy's crazy good.
Keep in mind,
and obviously he can steal stealth. He just won't pass it around, but he can steal the stealth when he does his Master Stroke.
Right.
So it makes countering him even that much more difficult.
Keep in mind the Zeta is the one that adds the foresight plus 50% turn meter gain chance and an additional 10%. So that Zeta, which we're going to talk about in a minute, is, in my opinion, the priority Zeta here. Here's the other Zeta. Jedi allies have plus 30% tenacity. Helps Jolie. Whenever a Jedi ally resists a debuff, they gain the following 30% turn meter, critical chance up for 2 turns, critical damage up for 2 turns. Whenever they suffer a debuff, they gain tenacity up for 1 turn. At the end of that turn, Grandmaster Yoda is also immune to shock. Keep in mind, guys, that Zeta has got a lot on there. It's adding an additional plus 5% tenacity, plus 5% turn meter, resisting the debuff for the crit chance and damage up, and the tenacity up as well. So this Zeta adds a lot to it, but to me is a luxury. Where are you at on those two, Ram?
No, his battle meditation absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. The tenacity, the turn meter gain that you get from that ability is insane. It really makes Grandmaster Yoda kind of just get up and go. I'm gonna be dead honest. I think I've used his leadership once.
Yeah, that's one thing I
way back in the day.
Leadership. Yep.
Way back in the day, what happened was they reworked his leadership. This guy used to be a very bad, along with Emperor Palpatine, used to be a very bad legendary. Like there's no reason to really unlock him other than, hey, I have Grandmaster Yoda in my roster now. They reworked him, and everybody was going crazy over his lead. Oh, this lead can do all these crazy things now. And then Battalion lead came out, and I don't think anybody's ever run Grandmaster Yoda lead since. And a lot of people have that Zeta. It's kind of on the list of most regretted Zetas.
Yeah.
It's not really all that beneficial when you look at it in the terms of every other Jedi team leadership that's out there. It kind of has something I wish was in Mace's kit, the whole immune to shock thing. Would have been nice to have, as a homage to Mace. But hey, there we go. Had to throw in Mace in there, of course.
Of course.
No, so you can definitely get away with having the battle meditation Zeta. That is the crucial one. Unless you just got Zetas to throw around like you got dollar bills to throw at strippers, don't even worry about Grandmaster's guidance.
Got me. Mastery at relic levels. He increases accuracy. Mine's currently at 18% because he's relic 8, so he's almost maxed out. Critical avoidance, which is clutch on this guy too because he is squishy, and then of course damage. So my stats are going to be a lot higher, guys, than other people are because he is sitting at relic 8. But you'll see, I've got him with health. I don't have him with much protection, unfortunately. I probably have to work on that. But with the foresight, I'm kind of gambling a little bit that I don't really need it. Speed 273, I just added that additionally. His potency at relic 8, I was able to take that potency mod off because now he's up to 71%. Tenacity 40%. I do like tenacity on Yoda, and that's originally why I had the tenacity mods, and I'm going to test this out. But if he is ability blocked, he cannot do all that other stuff. So it is clutch that you either keep him somehow avoiding with foresight or something on that line, because if he gets ability blocked, he can't pass buffs, and that is going to shut you down hard. Damage wise, he is a special damage dealer. You can see mine sitting at 12,000, but his crit chance is low at only an additional 20%, which puts him at 43. And his critical damage, I could probably get a need to find. So there's an argument, and this is why I said about going against the grind. I've got a low crit chance on this guy. If I take this off, I'm only at 28%. So why should I have 200% crit damage if he's not going to crit? So I'd much rather have the lower crit damage and add the crit chance to get a little bit more in there and high offense. That's my argument. Where are you at with yours, Ram?
So I'm going to tell you why you are not thinking about this the right way.
Go ahead.
You have to think. We just did a mod review on Battalion and JKR. Primarily, this is where this guy is going to be run with. You can run him under a multitude of teams. Obviously, you can put him under JMK. You can put him under anywhere else. But primarily, he does really good work under JKR. He really takes that team from a C, B minus tier team to an A minus, potentially mid-tier A team with JKR and all them. And obviously with Basila's battle meditation that get passed around, that adds to 50% potency and tenacity and everything all over to Grandmaster Yoda as well as the rest of the team, along with any other stats that the rest of the team is passing along as well. So I don't feel I kind of go for the damage more so than the other stats, because I know those other stats are going to get passed along from the other team, as well as when he does Master Stroke, depending on what team I'm going against, he's going to steal all their buffs, which might be crit hit immunity, tenacity up, potency up, speed up, all that stuff. And so getting that raw damage output, I feel like is a better long-term solution.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to disagree with you, obviously. There goes my green screen again. Gosh, dang it. I just can't. Nothing's going right today. There are so many different ways to mod him, and I think the most important one is he is going to be a bit of a support with a massive damage output. He's got to be hitting with some kind of authority, guys. Whether you can get some crit damage on him, crit chance, like right here, mine's at 67%, but his special crit's only at 43, so it's a lot lower. But he's a great character all the way along. He's got a very unique kit, very difficult to understand until you actually read into it. I'm learning something new in these every day, and I think doing the modding videos kind of helps me along with you guys to help understand these kits a little bit better. So for that, I am very happy to do these videos, and I'm even more excited when I get a special guest to come on, not necessarily prove me wrong or call me a dumbass, but give another point of view. Although Ram will call me a dumbass, I'm already aware. So going from that, Relic Priority, Ram.
Relic Priority, so a couple key things. Obviously, he's a GO requirement. In that of JMK, right? Which is the best GO in the game currently. And I think he's going to kind of hold that status, or at least fight competitively for that status for a long time coming. So you got to get him up to Relic 8 for JMK already. Outside of that, the amount of damage that this guy does and the fact that he can pass along buffs, which just prolongs the survivability on your team, plus taking all these crazy turns, easily high priority of relics. I would say anywhere from a 9 to a 10 easily of putting him as high as relics as possible. I wouldn't say relic 9, but relic 8 for sure, just to kind of hit that mark of JMK.
Remember what I said?
Gonna need to do it at some
point.
Go
against the grind. I'm gonna give him a 7, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna give him a 7. He doesn't have a ship. Jolie is my priority. JKR is my second priority. As you saw, my Basel was only gear 11, so my Yoda is third in line to actually be built up, because Jolie will bring him back. JKR will heal him, and on every one of my accounts, I have done Yoda third in line, and I've had great success with it as well. It's the only reason. But to your point, the R8, he's going to have to be there. Now that I've got him at R8, he's disgusting, and I love it. But as for priority, I'm going to kind of drop it down a little bit in my opinion on that one. But overall, I mean, most people are going to argue that with me. They're also going to argue speed with me, and that's okay. I've proven it. I've done it. It works for me. Depends on how you're modded out. So offense with tenacity, speed with health, offense with health. The tenacity would probably be the lowest one, because to Ram's point, you do get tenacity from the Bastila team, but GMY I see a lot of times in different squads, including Padme. So where you might, under Padme, you probably don't need the tenacity as well, to be honest. So there are a lot of different ways. You can't really mod him too bad, as long as you are making sure he's putting out damage. Put out damage, guys. Do what you can to keep him survivable. If you can add a little tenacity in there, that's great too, but he is a great character all the way around.
So I have my GMY at Relic 8, and he's modded for a offense set and a health set, but it's offense primaries with the crit damage triangle. And the reason why is because at Relic 8, kind of want him around that benchmark of 12,000 special damage. Yep. That's kind of the benchmark you want to have him at. Yep. And as we've said before, speed it's priority for certain characters. It's not necessarily, while speed is great for him, because obviously he's going to take more turns. Yep. Speed is not at the cost of damage.
Don't sacrifice Rex for
damage.
Yoda. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Don't sacrifice damage for speed on this guy. He doesn't need the speed, as he takes so many turns constantly anyways, and has so much turn meter built into his kit already. There's not super much that you need the speed on him. I have him currently sitting at around 280, and it's at Relic 8. He's doing perfect work.
I'm actually going to change my tenacity thing now, because I forgot about the Basilisk thing. I'm going to change it to crit chance, because his crit chance is too low. The more I think about it, the more I'm reading into this kit right now, I'm going to change his double mod to either health or crit chance. And looking at this too, and I see why they did it. So 25% of the community is doing 4 speed with 2 health. The other one that's actually convinced me and put the light switch on. Yeah, I said light switch. 4 offense with 2 crit chance. I actually like that modding. 23%. Crit damage then becomes viable on the triangle, which I'm going to change that as well. I like this. So the crit damage actually makes sense if you can get the crit chance up. And I think with them double mods, I'll be able to get it up to a point where it's viable. Really will help me out where I'm sitting with offensive mods. I was able to get 273 with offense mods. That's amazing instead of doing speed. Offense on the cross, 100%. They're sitting at 56. And then circle with health mainly, and speed arrow obviously at 89%. So this one is one of the rare ones where the community actually caught me off guard. So good job to the upper end guilds. But in the meantime, that's all I got for this guy. He's amazing, guys. I'm going to say 230 minimum. Anything more you can add to him, great, but don't sacrifice offense or good characters speed to speed up GMY. That's my opinion. Cool. That it, Ram?
That's it.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother. All right, guys. That is the end of the Jedi series for right now. We will add additional later on. I'm supposed to be getting with Van Seal today or tomorrow to finish off that Bounty Hunter series that we had to put on hold. But in the meantime, don't forget that we need them follows over there. Go over and see RamBam on his channel as well. I'll have that posted below. But we are, Ram, one battalion strong. Till next time.
Shut up and sit down.
I love me some GMY, Ram.
Oh,
You know who's better than?
Don't
Mace.
say it.
Mace!
No! You get out of here.